Live. It's alive. Welcome, YouTube. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're watching this as a replay, you can come back in 9 minutes and go from that side of things here as I get my studio set up for a few things. Good enough. Let's see here. Talking the first half hour, we're going to be discussing using dogs to hunt coyotes in North and South Dakota. So kind of excited about that since I've never done it before and never really researched it. But I have a guy that does it out of the Bowdle area. So I'm going to be discussing that with him shortly. Other than that, hope everything is going just dandy. Yeah. Got some coyote tournaments. Got plenty of them. Next Saturday, just a heads up, stations, those that take my show via Mumble, message retracted from Waylon Turnus, really? Huh. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Waylon. I thought YouTube is going to be outlawing me to say hi to people on my message board. Anyway, next Saturday, stations that take this feed through Mumble, just a heads up, I'm going to be doing, hopefully, doing a remote show, so it's going to be through YouTube only. So just a heads up on that. I'll let you know. I'll message you as we get closer to it. Hopefully be doing it from the 21 Angus Bull Sale area. Morning, Karen. See you, Koly. Good to have you this morning. Mr. Siemens, good to see you. I've been hearing some not so good stories about people having to shoot a whole bunch of cattle because of the fire and smoke inhalation and just not good for the cattle. I hope that's not true, but I heard from more than one source from that windy fire that they're having to put some of their cattle down. Let me know if that's true or not. It's sad to hear it, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, I'm going to try to hook up my first interview here, Jeremy. Check.
All circuits are busy. Please try your call again later.
Is that right?
8, switch 528-2.
Really? Just what you want 5 minutes before you go on air, right? Just talk to him on my cell phone. Now circuits are busy. No, it is. There we are. No, he's not going to answer. Oh, the shit I do.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Shocker. Just what you want to have right before you go on air, right? Who's this? Hello, Scott Bachmeyer here. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, who's this?
Jeremy.
Oh, hey, Jeremy. Thanks for calling me back. Appreciate it.
Yep.
I thought you left the countryside on me right before we had to go on air.
Nope.
All right, so we're live on YouTube right now. We don't start the actual radio for 4 more minutes. So it's the downtime where you and I just sit and BS a little bit before we get going.
Right. hope I can keep my phone service, right?
I hope so too. If not, call back.
You definitely.
What do you call your hometown?
I moved here from Washington, but I live near Eureka in
Eureka?
South Dakota.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought it was either Eureka or Bowdle.
Yep, my number's from Battle, but I'm actually from Eureka, so.
Okay. All righty. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, we'll do an intro. And like I said, so the first segment's roughly 8 to 10 minutes, and I have a sponsor break at 15 after. So if I have to cut you off, don't take it like that I'm trying to be mean or nothing. I just have to make a time, and then
I know.
Okay. As long as you Big Daddy Dave Williams, good morning. Ready to roll in Pierre, South Dakota. Good to have you, buddy. Sad but true. Yes, they're having to put cows down south of Lemon because of the fire. That's too bad. Never want to hear that.
Putting cows down south?
Well, that big fire that they had around that Lemon area and south of Lemon to Shade Hill.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cows that have like just breathing problems and burnt up, and they're just having to go and put them down now and go out there and shoot them and take care of them. So
that ain't no good.
No, especially yeah. I can imagine getting all my grass burnt up going into a dry year like we're having already.
No, next year either. So
yeah. You guys getting some snow over your way, or you guys still are pretty dry as well?
No, it's pretty clear over here.
Is it?
It's made stuff a little difficult for hunting, but
yeah.
Other than that, it's worked out all right. I've got a couple things, but not as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a little bit of snow on the ground. We have a little bit here still, but it's, we've been having some 35, 40 degree days again, so it's melting off nicely. It's not soaking in anywhere, which is kind of the concern here, but I guess.
Exactly.
If ranching was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Exactly. And a lot of people, I've heard a lot of the dairy farms aren't making it anymore.
Yeah, especially the small ones.
I've seen, especially in Idaho, if you go over there, you see so many old dairy farms that are just empty.
Really? Yeah. I grew up dairy farming.
How was that?
I think all kids should have to grow up on a dairy farm to learn responsibility. However, I'm so freaking glad with the day I left for college was pretty awesome. Glad to be done with that. But
I don't blame you one bit.
All right. We got about 45 seconds or so here. I'm going to turn you down. You'll be able to hear me, but then I get some stuff prepped up here for the intro, okay? Stand by.
Okay.
Stations 40 seconds on mark. 40 seconds. I got that. I got that. All right, stations 15 seconds coming up. 15 seconds on mark. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. The Saturday edition, once again, it just seems like it was a week ago since we did this, doesn't it? Yeah. I tell you what, Scott Bachmeyer here, reporting in live from the bunkhouse, located in a little place we like to call the Badlands of West Dakota. That's right here. A little bit of snow since the last time we talked, and when I say a little bit, it was about 2 to 3 inches of snow, but it's welcomed. Right now, any kind of moisture would be welcomed in the country, and I'm sure a lot of places hear that as well. A couple things coming up. First off, next Saturday, I'm going to be hopefully at the 21 Angus Ranch in the morning, So most stations, if you take this on a different format, you'll have to take it through my YouTube feed. Hopefully, is the 21 Angus Ranch has their top cut bull sale coming up next Saturday on the 30th of January. Mark and Ann Wolf and the rest of the family. Hopefully, we can sit inside their nice heated facility barn and do the radio program, talk about agricultural and hunting and how well they go together. 21 Angus sale. I tell you what, right there is 159 of the top cut bulls. Have a great sale each and every year. I'm glad to be one of the people that help them during their sale. Also coming up is the trifecta of bull sales all in one place at the Wicks Barn. That is the Wassam Red Angus, the Pavlenko Simmentals, and Schriefer Red Angus. That's going to be coming up in Richardson, South Dakota. Well, the Wicks Barn south of Richardson. That'll be February 18th. And then my friends down in Harding County, South Dakota, the Smith Saddle Butte Ranch is going to be having their annual bull sale on February 20th. And that's going to be held at the Bowman Auction Market. So a couple bull sales going on for you right there. I'd like to welcome on my side of the radio. Every once in a while, you get somebody that calls you up and says, you know what you should do for your radio show? And they give you an idea. And Jeremy here is joining me from that Eureka, South Dakota area. And Jeremy gave me a call and he said, Scott, you've never done a show talking about hunting coyotes with dogs. And you're right. Jeremy, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, Scott?
I'm good. How do you pronounce your last name? Is it Rondo?
Yep, that's how you pronounce my last name.
All right. See, I'm learning a little bit here. So how's things in Eureka area, South Dakota? I know you're kind of on that North and South Dakota border area, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm actually out walking the dogs right now. It's a little frosty this morning. We've had snow hit or miss, but you can see, I want to say 90% of the ground. We haven't had too hard of a winter this year.
No. I appreciate you coming on the radio program with me because where I'm at right now, it is just almost dead calm. It is a perfect morning for calling coyotes. And I know that those of us that like to go after coyotes, it's not real fun when you have to do a radio program when it's the coyote, the prime time right now, isn't it?
It's mating season and the coyotes are all out and about. They're running deer and they're harassing my cows, actually. So I've been sitting down there the last few nights with the dogs and getting a couple. Not too many, though, this year. The fur isn't very good, so I haven't got too many.
Yeah.
But
so let me ask you about using dogs. Are you using them to send your dogs out and lure the coyotes back to shoot them? Or I have seen some videos ever since you called them and watching videos. There's people that actually have the dogs on the back of their pickup, and when they find a coyote, the dogs jump off and tear them out and go chase them down. What type of dog hunting are you doing here?
So I've had Catahoula dogs for a couple of years, and I use them for decoying.
Okay.
But now I use, they're either called a stag hound, greyhound, whatever somebody wants to call them. They're big. They can get upwards of 90 pounds. I use a box on the back of my pickup, and you have a string you can pull. You get up right along, you go driving around in your field, pull the box, and they jump out and catch a coyote. They can reach speeds up of 45 miles an hour, these dogs.
Unbelievable. So you're heading down the stubble field, you see a coyote, and you pull the string, and the dogs know exactly what to do?
Yep. It's in their nature. Naturally, they want to go. It's mostly, they're a sight hound, so they see something, and they're just on it.
And these are greyhounds. I mean, these are pretty skinny dogs, aren't they?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, depending on the off season in the summer, they can get pretty fat if you don't watch it. But yeah, they're fast. They're skinny. They're phenomenal.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the big question here. I should have asked you before we went on air. Is this legal?
If you do it on your own property or have hunter permission, it is. Okay. Yes, you don't want to go and do this somewhere, on someone's private property or anything. Yeah. But where I have permission, it's legal. It's seen as a method, as getting rid of the coyotes.
Okay.
Just as decoying is.
Yeah. I always think to myself,
the same legality as that.
Yeah. Chasing down a coyote, it just never seems legal unless, I know in certain states, I think South Dakota is a lot more private landowner friendly when it comes to this, aren't they?
Yeah. Most of the land I have permission, and a couple of it I've paid to hunt on, but that's for deer, but he also lets me run coyotes. So
yeah,
I won pretty.
Oh, you kind of broke up there a little bit, Jeremy. You said you have one what?
Oh, I have one land. It's it's pretty big, and I paid to get permission to go there. But for coyotes, he just lets me pick those off, but I pay to get a deer off that land every year.
Oh, perfect. What a great trade out that way.
Yep.
Taking some coyotes out and helping the landowner out, and he lets you hunt the deer. That's awesome. So how many dogs total do you, when you're driving down the stubble field, how many do you let out at one time?
So I try not to put more than 3 just because it's not fair. Usually when I get up to the coyote, I euthanize it. They catch it for me and I euthanize it. There's no, killing. The dog's not ripping it to shreds. The dogs just go up, catch it, make sure it can't bite them, and then I come up with the gun and euthanize it.
Okay. So take us through this a little bit.
Dogs.
Take us through it a little bit here. You got 3 dogs running down a coyote here. What exactly are they doing to hold that coyote there that you can euthanize it without hurting your dogs?
So some dogs will grab around the head collar area, and that will keep the coyote from, just like if you grabbed a cat by the scruff, the cat can't turn around and grab you.
Sure.
So that some of my dogs will grab a scruff, or they'll grab the back end and just hold it. They don't rip it up or hurt it until I get over and can euthanize it.
Excellent. And that doesn't hurt the fur at all. I mean, you can take the fur and
some dogs, if they get excited when you're training young dogs to be nice, just as with a bird dog, they can wreck your fur.
Sure.
But if you train them to, because once it's done, then they get a little too excited, so you have to calm them down. But other than that, if you're careful, you can get a nice height off a coyote. I've caught a couple, $100 coyotes with these dogs.
Yeah. Now, can you do this year round for the most part?
Yes, if you want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I try to do mostly winter because I get paid for that.
Sure. I'm just thinking, during calving season and what have you, that if somebody's having issues with their, coyotes coming in and killing calves, that you can actually go out and help one of the ranchers with this issue.
And that's another thing. My dogs, I know people who let me run my dogs with their cows because my dogs are cow safe. I don't know about other people's, but a lot of my dogs are cow safe, and that was a big worry when I started hunting around here. Was everybody's like, "Oh, you better keep them damn dogs away from my cows," and I don't want them to kill my cows. Well, my dogs aren't going to touch your cows.
Yeah.
They're that's not in their nature to chase a cow. They want they want fur. They're bred to go after fur. They're not bred to hurt or anything. Yeah. So they have no interest. I didn't have to break them or anything.
Excellent. Well, I tell you what, Jeremy, we're up against the break, so hold on here for a little bit. We have more questions. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to text them to me, 701-425-6651. That's 701-425-6651. Or you can call in and join in on the program, 888-9-DAKOTA. That's 888-932-5682. And plenty of coyote tournaments coming up this weekend. We'll go through a few of those when we come back after the break here. Dakota Prairie Outdoors coming up your way, talking dogs and coyotes and how to use them together at the same time after these messages. The 21 Angus Ranch annual Top Cut Bull Sale coming up on Saturday, January 30th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the ranch southeast of New England. Selling 159 Top Cut bulls, including 57 Sons of Sit's Logo, 41 Sons of Tex Playbook, and 61 Sons of Baldridge Alternative. Bid online at dvauction.com. Join me southeast of New England at the ranch, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday, January 30th, for the 21 Angus Ranch Top Cut Bull Sale. For more information and catalog, go to 21angus.com.
Piper's Auctioneers 2021 equipment auctions will bring exciting opportunities for the new year, including premier farm equipment auctions in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in Bismarck, Bowman, Rain, Jamestown, Bowdoin, Steele, Marmarth, Animus, Lear, and Raleigh, North Dakota. With today's optimism in the equipment markets, it's never been a better time to turn iron into cash, and Piper's regional and online auctions can do just that. Consign your items today at 701-523-7366. All equipment inventories and auction details are updated daily at pipers.com.
The Schriefer Red Angus, Wassum Red Angus, and Pavlenko Simmentals invite you to their annual bull sale Thursday, February 18th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time at the Wick Sale Barn south of Richardson. Offering 45 yearling Red Angus bulls, 32-year-old Red Angus bulls, 15 Simmental bulls, along with 100-plus commercial open Red Angus replacement heifers and 8 registered Red Angus bred heifers. For more information, go to SchrieferRedAngus.com. The Schriefer Red Angus, Wassum Red Angus, and Pavlenko Simmentals annual bull sale Thursday, February 18th, 2 p.m. at the Wicks Barn south of Richardson.
Did Dakota Community Bank and Trust provides ag loans for all stages of growth, from seed to harvest. Our expert agribusiness lending staff specializes in loans for livestock, equipment, vehicles, and operating. With our roots in agribusiness lending, you can be assured that our lending staff will provide you with prompt and reliable service. In other words, our ag loan officers will always keep your best interests in mind. Stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Our outdoor heritage is important to North Dakotans, and the state's oil and natural gas industry is advancing the possibilities for conservation. The North Dakota Outdoor Heritage Fund receives up to $40 million per biennium from oil and natural gas taxes. The industry is reclaiming land for future generations, and it's developing our state's natural resources in harmony with our great outdoors and wildlife. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities. Brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation.
Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. The 21 Angus Ranch annual Top Cut Bull Sale coming up on Saturday, January 30th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the ranch southeast of New England. Selling 159 Top Cut bulls, including 57 sons of Sitz Logo, 41 sons of Tex Playbook, and 61 sons of Baldridge Alternative. Bid online at dvauction.com. Join me southeast of New England at the ranch, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday, January 30th for the 21 Angus Ranch Top Cut Bull Sale. For more information and catalog, go to 21angus.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Motrest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
Piper's Auctioneers 2021 equipment auctions will bring exciting opportunities for the new year, including premier farm equipment auctions in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in Bismarck, Bowman, Rain, Jamestown, Bowdoin, Steele, Marmarth, Animus, Lear, and Raleigh, North Dakota. With today's optimism in the equipment markets, it's never been a better time to turn iron into cash, and Piper's regional and online auctions can do just that. Consign your items today at 701-523-7366. All equipment inventories and auction details are updated daily at pipers.com.
A little bit more of this. Back it up just a little bit. There we go. Timing.
I hope you'll stay around. I hope you'll stay around.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Saturday edition, Dakota Prairie Outdoors, coming at you live from the bunkhouse this morning. And oh, yes, calving season is hit for many, many people around the area in my neck of the woods. I don't have to start here until the middle end of March here, but already prepping my sleep pattern for that, one day at a time. Coyote tournaments coming up here shortly, but I tell you what, Jeremy Rondo is my guest here. And Jeremy, Action Motorsports in Mandan, on the strip in Mandan, North Dakota. They have you and I were talking during the break here about side-by-sides, and it's legal to use side-by-sides to use greyhounds to hunt coyotes, right?
Yes, it is.
So I
know many people.
Yeah, no better place
that have side-by
than to get one. I'm cutting you off here, but no better place to go
get
a side-by-side from Action Motorsports. Walk in there today, look at Britt, and say, Britt, I need a side-by-side to go hunt coyotes with dogs. And Britt's going to have the exact one for you, whether it's a general or a sportsman. You can't use four-wheelers unless those dogs can sit on the back of your four-wheeler. Would that work too?
You probably won't have enough dogs to catch the coyote. You probably just end up losing it.
But anyway, okay, go see Britt at Action Motorsports here today, your Polaris dealer. Also, there's some snow out there too, so they got new sleds for you. And if you're looking at motorcycles coming into the summertime, they have those as well. Plus, a great service department and whole works to get you keep going, just in case you hit one of those dugouts on the stubble field. If you're launching your your dog's off the back and you accidentally hit a little washout, they can get you serviced up and go again. Action Motorsports on the Strip in Mandan. Check them out today. Jeremy, Coyote tournaments, I'm going to go through these here real quick because there's a whole bunch across North and South Dakota going on today. The Knights of Columbus tournament in Gladstone. We have the Ludlow, South Dakota Coyote calling contest going on today, and they did something kind of cool. Any kids that are 16 and under, you can put up to 2 of them on your team, so you can actually have up to a 4-person team. That's pretty cool. Beulah, Wyoming.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Beulah, Wyoming Volunteer Fire Department Coyote Calling Contest is going on this weekend. Buddy of mine, Kalen Bachmeyer, same last name, no relation, grew up in the same area, but still no relation. We have no understanding why that is, but his tournament's going on today. They started this morning out of the Bachmeyer Farms. Reynolds Coyote tournament's going on today, and the Bad River Sportsman's Club out of Phillips, South Dakota, having their tournament today as well. So a lot of coyote tournaments, Jeremy. And do they ever have using greyhounds to chase coyotes? Do they ever have tournaments using dogs like that? Do you know?
No, I don't think they do.
Okay.
I know they do have. They have something in Nebraska. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I'll have to tell you later. I'll look it up. But they have races where you race the greyhounds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And
they chase a lure just like a racing one, you know.
Like you and I were talking during the break, when it comes to, you said greyhounds, first thing came to my mind was, track racing, racing dogs. And we all know how much PETA loves that. And how do you ever get any feedback here from those antis when it comes to using dogs in your area?
So in my area, I don't get any feedback, but online, I've gotten plenty of hateful things. I've had people report my Facebook, report my Instagram, whatever.
Sure.
So I have to keep those pretty locked up because they're just ruthless. They don't understand that these dogs were born to run. These dogs are born to run. That's their sole purpose in life. Without that purpose, they're pretty much suppressed. They'll just lay there and won't want to do nothing.
Yeah. And they were bred to hunt.
Yes, and I've got some dogs that date back from up towards, Canada, that families have bred their own blend of greyhound type dogs to run coyotes. I mean, these dogs are bred for a purpose. Mm-hmm. These aren't your typical, house pet mutt thing. These dogs love to do this, and with PETA, they want to take everything away, and this is going to be next on their list. They're currently, down in Texas, they hunt pigs with dogs. They're all over that right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's hard when you live in the area that we do. And, we were brought up saying, this is kind of our nature. And then you have somebody from a different state coming in and living in a big city where they took all the habitat away from every animal possible and telling us how to run our lives. It's difficult. Hey, try having a radio program on hunting, and you want to really fire people up. There's a guy out of
I can't even imagine.
There's a guy that really
You're gonna get some calls today.
I hope so. And I have your number, and I'll just forward it right on to you. How's that sound?
Right? Yeah, let me have a little talk with him.
Absolutely. Now, you said that there are still places in California that allow doing this, and that surprises me. That really does.
They have a whole bunch of rules and more rules, but they do still. I know people who they mostly hunt boar, but if they do catch a coyote, they'll go get one. But they use the Kubota side-by-sides up there. They're easier to get around the mountains in a truck, and they carry one of those pole boxes on the back. It's pretty interesting.
So you're saying that Polaris needs to come up with one of these boxes now?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
That'd be awesome.
And basically just like a rope you pull and a door slides open and there they go, right?
It's kind of, it uses gravity. It doesn't slide open. It just falls down onto the bed of a truck or a side-by-side. And then the dogs know when that box is open, it's time to run. They've already got their eyes locked on the coyote. There's about an 8-inch space so the dogs can put their heads out while you're driving so they can see, what's going on and what's out there. So they can, once they lock their eyes, you let them out and they can get up there and catch that coyote for you.
So have you ever been just hauling the mail down a stubble field and have you hit a washout that pretty much launched yourself out of the pickup? Be honest.
I flew a little bit a couple times. So,
Yeah.
and I've ended up in sloughs before. So I didn't realize it was an old slough, and then here I am stuck having to call somebody. So when I'm with friends, I don't have to call anybody because they can pull you out. But when I decide to take a little, midweek jaunt or whatever with the dogs, yeah, I've gotten stuck a few times. So
do you actually take some people with you every once in a while that have never done it before, like myself, if I ever find myself over in that neck of the woods?
yeah, we would love to take you, and then you could get more of an experience and see what we do and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I've never experienced that at all. I live in a country here, and my terrain does not allow for this to happen. No matter what we do out here, you got to pretty much call them in out or stalk them down. But so, if people want more information, is there like a website or someplace they can go to research if they're interested in going, you know what, this sounds like something I want to pursue? There's people out there that use dogs to just tree mountain lions, and then they just walk away from it. I mean, this is kind of a hunting thing. So is there information on how to do this?
I don't know exactly. It's more of you learn from others. So if you get involved in the community and stuff, you can learn. We're all, pretty guarded. It takes a lot to talk to us about these dogs because of PETA people. We've had problems with that in the past. People try to talk to us and get information to get us acquitted and put bills on it. So we don't really like to talk to anybody. But online in Australia, there's a website you can read about the stag hound. And then there's a couple of links online. I will have a page. It's on Facebook. It's called What Is That Kennels, and I share pictures of my dogs.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to go look at that.
And what's your Facebook page called again?
What Is That Kennels?
What Is That Kennels? Okay. I have a text message that came in real quick. We got 60 seconds here, Jeremy. It says, what's the best breed? I know you use Greyhound mix, but is that the best breed to use?
It depends if you're trailing or box dropping dogs.
Okay.
In my opinion, my blend of Borzoi, Greyhound, and Deerhound is my favorite. They are the fastest and they can keep up the best. But people can use anything from Walker, Catahoula. I've seen people decoy with blue healers. Mm-hmm. So there's no correct breed, but for dropping out of the box, any sighthound breed would work best for you.
I'll tell you this right now. Here's a little secret. I used my female boxer to decoy in one time. Yeah.
How'd that go?
She just kind of steamrolled it. She's got a really thick chest, and she took off, and they were messing around back and forth. Finally, she just got tired of it and just ran him right over and chased him away. So it did not work for me getting the coyote, but it was fun watching. Yeah. So anyway, Jeremy, appreciate you coming on the program. I'll let you get back to your Saturday. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too. Thank you.
You bet. Jeremy from that Eureka, South Dakota area, chasing coyotes using greyhounds. Awesome. Go on YouTube and look at some of these videos. It's pretty impressive here. I'll have more coming up. Open lines on the second half of the radio program after a few messages here and sponsor break here. Thanks for tuning in. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition will continue after these messages. The 21 Angus Ranch annual Top Cut Bull Sale coming up on Saturday, January 30th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the ranch southeast of New England. Selling 159 Top Cut bulls, including 57 sons of Sitz Logo, 41 sons of Tex Playbook, and 61 sons of Baldridge Alternative. Bid online at dvauction.com. Join me southeast of New England at the ranch, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday, January 30th, for the 21 Angus Ranch Top Cut Bull Sale. For more information and catalog, go to 21angus.com.
Piper's Auctioneers 2021 equipment auctions will bring exciting opportunities for the new year, including premier farm equipment auctions in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Bismarck, Bowman, Rain, Jamestown, Bowdoin, Steele, Marmarth, Animus, Lear, and Raleigh, North Dakota. With today's optimism in the equipment markets, it's never been a better time to turn iron into cash, and Piper's regional and online auctions can do just that. Consign your items today at 701-523-7366. All equipment inventories and auction details are updated daily at pipers.com.
The Shriefer Red Angus, Wassam Red Angus, and Pavlenko Simmentals invite you to their annual bull sale Thursday, February 18th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time at the Wick Sale Barn south of Richardson, offering 45 yearling Red Angus bulls, 32-year-old Red Angus bulls, 15 Simmental bulls, along with 100-plus commercial open Red Angus replacement heifers and 8 registered Red Angus bred heifers. For more information, go to ShrieferRedAngus.com. The Shriefer Red Angus, Wassam Red Angus, and Pavlenko Simmentals annual bull sale Thursday, February 18th, 2 p.m. at the Wicks Barn south of Richardson.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust provides ag loans for all stages of growth, from seed to harvest. Our expert agribusiness lending staff specializes in loans for livestock, equipment, vehicles, and operating. With our roots in agribusiness lending, you can be assured that our lending staff will provide you with prompt and reliable service. In other words, our ag loan officers will always keep your best interests in mind. Stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Our outdoor heritage is important to North Dakotans, and the state's oil and natural gas industry is advancing the possibilities for conservation. The North Dakota Outdoor Heritage Fund receives up to $40 million per biennium from oil and natural gas taxes. The industry is reclaiming land for future generations, and it's developing our state's natural resources in harmony with our great outdoors and wildlife. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities. Brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation.
Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. The 21 Angus Ranch annual Top Cut Bull Sale coming up on Saturday, January 30th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the ranch southeast of New England. Selling 159 Top Cut bulls, including 57 sons of Sitz Logo, 41 sons of Tex Playbook, and 61 sons of Baldridge Alternative. Bid online at dvauction.com. Join me southeast of New England at the ranch, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday, January 30th, for the 21 Angus Ranch Top Cut Bull Sale. For more information and catalog, go to 21angus.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
Piper's Auctioneers 2021 equipment auctions will bring exciting opportunities for the new year, including premier farm equipment auctions in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Bismarck, Bowman, Rain, Jamestown, Bowdoin, Steele, Marmarth, Animus, Lear, and Raleigh, North Dakota. With today's optimism in the equipment markets, it's never been a better time to turn iron into cash, and Piper's regional and online auctions can do just that. Consign your items today at 701-523-7366. All equipment inventories and auction details are updated daily at pipers.com.
I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition continues today as open lines for the next 20 minutes. Open lines, 888-932-5682. That's 888-932-5682 is the number to call in here. Action Motorsports on the Strip in Mandan, North Dakota. So we're going to add this. So if you want a Polaris Ranger or a General, you can use them now in certain areas where it's legal to use them to use dogs to hunt coyotes. Besides other things, besides a calving situation. I was talking to a guy yesterday at a female sale here that what they do is they take the doors off of their Ranger just for calving season, so they can drive up, grab that calf, and they have it set up where they can weigh it, do all the tagging, and give the shots and everything what they need to do right away. So Action Motorsports, more than just recreation on these things. You can use them for just about anything. Now, the phone number to call in is 888-9-DAKOTA. That's 888-932-5682. What happens is when you call, you're automatically put on hold because I am my own producer at this point here. And I'll get to the calls as soon as I can. And when I do, I'll ask for your first name like this. Good morning. What's your first name?
My name is Jesse.
Hey, Jesse, you calling back. I appreciate it. Hey, we need to go to Eureka, South Dakota and ride with this guy.
I've been to Eureka, South Dakota.
I have too, but I've never went hunting at 9-0 across a stubble field before.
It sounds like it's right up our alley.
Legally, I should say. So, hey, speaking of which, I'm glad you called. I just got a message here. First off, before I get into this message, those listening in the Lemon, Hettinger, South Dakota down to Shade Hill area, that fire that went through over 16, almost 17,000 acres were burnt up. And some of these guys are having a lot of issues with their cattle right now. They're actually, some cattle got burnt. Some have such bad smoke inhalation that they're actually having to go out and shoot a lot of their livestock. And can you imagine, Jesse, having not only you lost your entire winter and summer pasture and dry year as it is this year, going in already in 2021, but now you got to go out and you got to start shooting some of your cattle. I can't even believe that.
Yeah, you got cattle dying. The cattle that are alive, your fences are all burned up and they can't keep them in, and they're short on grass now. They probably don't have the feed to get through.
A lot of haystacks got burnt up. Yeah.
You bet. It's a mess. I know the day after it happened, the very next day, there was all kinds of pictures of people, Facebook pictures of hay donations.
Yeah.
They weren't even asked for. People were just showing up. And yeah, it's not like Texas where it's not as big of an area as Texas. When they had that deal happen a few years back when people were sending hay from up here all the way down there, but it's a local deal here where we've got friends and neighbors that are in pretty big need right now.
Absolutely. And it's hard. I just can't even imagine that. I mean, we're scared of fire up this way all the time. Hey, you're going to stay on this line and I'm going to answer this line here. Let's go to another phone call. What's your first name? Hello?
Hey, Scott. Jamie. Morning, Jesse.
Jamie, Jesse, all on the same line together. How you guys doing? Hey, I'm glad I have both of you on because I got this text message, and this came in from a guy out at Hettinger area. He says, House Bill HR 5717 will add 30% tax on all guns, 50% tax on all ammunition, and will require a federal license to purchase both. This is trying to push through immediately. Pass it on and vote no. It also says you'd need a federal license to own, handle, or shoot any guns that you already own. Jamie, your thoughts?
That's a federal bill?
That's what I'm reading it as, a federal bill. Yes.
I don't know if I can really say what I think of that on your show, but
make it PG.
And
I know you support gun control. I know that.
Yeah, keep your hands real, good grip on there, and
exactly.
Actually, shoot your pistol with both eyes open, not just one. It actually works a lot better. I can't. You knew this stuff was going to happen. I'm just so sick of this. Every time a Democrat comes in, it's just like when Obama was in. Every day we're going to have to hear some more crap about gun control and this and that. And we're just going to have. Our representatives are pro-gun, but better just call them anyways and make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Little by little, squeaky wheel gets to grease, and if you keep hammering on gun control over and over and over, eventually, I'm thinking that something's eventually going to happen.
Well, and then these Democrats are always barking about the Constitution and all this, and how unconstitutional it was to oppose, Trump getting beat, or it's escaping me right now. Whatever they didn't want to confirm them, and anybody who opposed it was unconstitutional. Well, they're all just introducing unconstitutional gun control laws if they don't want to talk about the Constitution and Bill of Rights. Then, it's quite annoying actually. But, yeah. I'll let Jesse go. And I got one for you here. It kind of concerns that actually from the state level, but.
Well, go ahead, because I think we need to take a trip down to Eureka and all watch coyote hunting with greyhounds. I think this is my new passion to try to do something. Some people are thrill seekers. This is going to be my thrill here. But yeah, go ahead, Jamie. Jesse's with me for the duration here.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, I watched the videos on that dogs hunting coyotes. That was pretty wild. But I was up at the Capitol yesterday. They had 3 gun bills that were heard in the control room and committee, and I didn't catch all Rick Becker's. I actually have a job, so I got to take time off to get up there. But they were all 3 of them were about carrying concealed weapons, and Becker's bill, and I can't remember the guy from Fargo. He had 2, but they were all Becker's was concealed weapons. I think it was like expanding it to, like I said, I just cut at the end, but it was expanding it to like public gatherings, I think, or to take them into federal property. There was no opposition to that, none. I mean, everybody spoke there, was in favor of it. And then the guy from Fargo, his was another one. I think it was carrying concealed somewhere else too, like at sporting events or something like that. But there was no opposition to that either, just people speaking in favor of it. And then the other one was carrying. You had to have a class 1 or 2, but then you could carry in schools.
Sure.
And there was actually 2 more people that spoke in opposition of it, but they were worried about there wasn't a penalty if you got caught doing it. But that's what they thought, and then the guy from Fargo actually came up and showed them that there was a penalty for it. And then the 2 that were in opposition of it from the school systems, they kind of were like, well, okay, I guess that's their only opposition. If you got that figured out, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I don't know, there was some guy from Kenmare, he ran the school system up there. He was in heavy opposition of it no matter what. He kind of had some ridiculous arguments that, I didn't want to get up there and say anything. He was doing a video call, but it was good to see there was absolutely no opposition, 2 of them, and then the one that there was, they kind of got that straightened out. But I think Monday, I'm not sure if it's Luke Simon's bill, and it's at 11 o'clock in room 327B. I think it's to expand, like your castle doctrine. You can do it outside your home if you get attacked or somebody's beating on you. No, I mean, I don't know for sure if that's what it is, but I'm thinking that's what it is.
All right. So
if you can show up and show some support for it, it isn't going to hurt. Even if we got a lot, the more you can get there, the more we'll get these guys wanting to come out of committee.
Yep. And that's the thing. It's a hard time for some of us to be able to take time off to do that, and those that do and stand up for what we believe in, I appreciate it, and thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. And Marty's up there. He's up there doing a lot of it too. I mean, him and I are talking to each other about it. But he was out of town when Moses was there. But I imagine one day he'll be here. So
yeah. Well,
I'll probably be up there with him,
Well, good enough, man. Thank you for getting up there and speaking on our behalf too. And
no problem, buddy.
You bet. I will catch up with you later, Jamie. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you, Scott. See you, Jesse.
See you, man.
You bet. See ya. All right, 888-932-5682 is the number here, and it's one thing that we take for granted when you don't live around the capital city area, whether North or South Dakota, Jesse, is there's a lot of people going and speaking on the landowners or the ranchers or the farmers' behalf on a lot of these things. And for those that do it, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. That's what I appreciate about you, Jesse.
That's what I appreciate about you. I tell you what, it's for the last 4 or 5 sessions, I have taken the trek down to Bismarck and testified on a range of different bills in the House and the Senate in committee, ranging from gun and hunting laws to some propane and business stuff when I was on the Senex board and everything in between. It's a process that is pretty simple. You go sit in a meeting room and you listen to the senators and or representatives in committee, and they hash out what's going on. And usually it's not a meeting on just one bill. It's usually a number of bills that are in that committee, and they talk about all of them in that session. So you end up sitting through a few things until the bill that you're there to talk about comes up. And tell you what, you learn something every once in a while. There's some good stuff that they talk about and they hash it over, and sometimes it doesn't go the way you want, and sometimes it does, but they'll catch little things in committee that it could be a real good bill, but it's all the small words. It's all, even in my business and insurance, it's all about the small words. If you've got a if or an and or a but or it can change the way that whole bill reads, and they do a good job of catching that stuff and listening to the public and trying to do what the public wants and is in the best interest of the public in general. So I give props to our senators and House of Representatives members for doing the job that they do for us.
Yeah. Well, you and I, we can talk even on a weekly basis, and you and I even argue about some of the stuff that's going on in the when it comes up to different bills that being introduced. Just different viewpoints. We agree on 90% of the things, but on the 10%, it's nice to hash it out once in a while and talk about it. You know,
and every once in a while, I get my mind changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't think of the viewpoint of, well, if you do that, this is going to affect this business that way. Oh yeah, I never thought of that because I don't do that for a business.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good process.
Well, the one thing
even
that
even though it can be painful and slow,
and I don't have a chance of going up and doing much of that, but I refer that to you, and you refer it on, and keep going like that. But the biggest one that I have been really working on is during my calving season, I cannot legally snare, trap, hunt at night. I can't do any of that to protect my herd unless they're actually eating a dead calf. And that's one thing that gets me is protecting my herd that way. And we still haven't won that one. South Dakota, they're good.
Two bills. Yep.
Yeah.
There's actually two bills right now. One is a House bill, one's a Senate bill. There's actually two bills. Yep.
Yeah.
There's actually two bills right now. One is a House bill, one's a Senate bill. Excuse me. The Senate bill, I believe, is 2211. I can remember that one off the top of my head. I do not remember the House bill, and that's sad because it's the one that I helped with. They've tried to open this up. They've tried to open up night hunting year round, a few other things. And the Game and Fish continually shows up and says that, it's okay. You guys, the ranchers can do whatever they need to do to take care of those depredation critters. But what they don't admit to in the committee meetings is that the language in that part of the law, basically the way they interpret it, you have to catch that coyote, fox, mountain lion, wolf,
bear,
whatever it is, bear. You have to catch that animal in the act of killing your calf. Well, in the real world, that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
If I have a coyote that's within 3 miles of my calving pasture, it's attacking my calves. It's dying because you of all people have put it out there that the last couple of years, you have lost a number of animals. You've lost a number of calves. The biologists of the world try to say that coyotes don't chase calves just for fun. That's not what they do. It's not in their nature. They only kill when they're hungry. Well,
they were hungry a lot in my herd a couple years ago.
It's a bunch of baloney. We've watched coyotes. They're a dog. It's no different than your domestic dog running your horses around the corral. We lost a really nice colt one year because our dog decided it wanted to chase the horse. It wasn't hungry. Had a 50-pound bag of dog food with the top cut off sitting in the barn, a free will, could eat all it wanted. It chased that horse around the corral because it was bored, and it killed it. We lost a colt. It's a dog. Don't tell me they don't chase them for fun. So we need to get that language fixed. We've tried continually to get that language fixed. We've asked the Game and Fish to do it direct. They won't do it. We've went to put bills through the legislature. They come in and say that, no, that's not the way it is. However, you and I have asked game wardens specifically in the field how that's interpreted, and they have told us must be in the act.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that don't do me any good.
No.
So like I said, it's a good process to make laws. It's a slow and frustrating process. You said the squeaky wheel gets the grease. We've been lubing the crap out of this wheel, and it's still squeaking.
It's getting louder and louder. I think we might need to change the bearing on this wheel bearing, or probably.
Oh man, I tell you what.
Oh, hey, we can sit and a lot of shows sit and talk about this, but on the last 4 minutes of mine, we're gonna have a little fun. We got coyote tournaments coming up. Not only this weekend, there's like 8 coyote tournaments this weekend, but there's some coming up here. Next weekend is one in Polo, the Polo American Legion annual coyote hunt. We have one in St. Anthony, or as some people pronounce it,
Snatney.
Rusty's Saloon and Grill coming up next Saturday. The Riva, South Dakota Coyote Calling Contest is February 5th and 6th. Harvey, North Dakota Wildlife Club, their tournament's coming up February 6th. The Wrighton Family Memorial Hunt out of Cooperstown is going to be on February 6th. And Cheyenne, North Dakota, the Brandon Colstead Memorial Hunt is February 13th. So we're getting kind of toward the end, Jesse, of coyote tournaments because the furs are starting to pull. They're starting to lose their value a little bit now. And that's just how it is. But also, 21 Angus sale, bull sale next Saturday. I'm hoping to do my radio show from there. Are you going to come down and help out with that?
I'm going to try to. We'll see what happens here. My wife's been gone all week. She has to go to training every year. Usually it's 2 to 3 weeks a year where she goes anywhere from Florida to Gillette. To go ahead.
Training to put up with you type of training? Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
The old coronavirus, they haven't been able to get any of their certifications done, any of their trainings done. So she's in Gillette this week and going to be getting home later today. So I'll see what happens. I'd like to come down. Went to the 21 Angus sale with you a couple of years ago, and they throw a real nice sale in the facility right there on their ranch, and great line of bulls and great people. Get to visit with all the neighbors and the rest of the ranchers around the country. And that's kind of the spring gathering is bull sales before you have to stay home and calve out the heifers and calve out the cows, and all of a sudden it's haying season and all of a sudden it's fall.
Well, you forgot branding season. The trifecta of bull sales.
Yeah.
Wassum Red Angus, Pavlenko, and Schriefer Red Angus, February 18th at the Wicks Barn. Also wouldn't mind trying to do my show from up there, too. It just gets a long ways. And then Smith Saddle Butte Ranch is going to come up on Saturday, February 20th, and that's at the Bowman Auction Market. And that's what I got going on for bull sales. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah, a few more coyote hunts going on. We can a little bit more snow on the ground here than there was since October. That's the last snow.
Yeah, we got about 2.5 inches, but boy, it's dang near all gone already. It really settled in and melted off already. It's so dry that you get the least little bit of sun and it starts melting and it's just gone. It's not sitting on the surface at all.
No, yeah, we need some moisture, no doubt about that. But more than anything, one thing we didn't do this whole entire hunting season, this whole fall.
What's that?
Something we used to do a lot of, pheasant hunt.
Oh, man, I haven't done that. Not just this fall. I haven't hunted pheasant on purpose in probably 10 years or more.
That was our main staple of diet for like 2 years.
Pretty much lived off of birds, you bet.
If we would have bought stock in Campbell's soup, we would have, in our 20s, man, we would have done very well, I think, right now.
Campbell's cream of mushroom. We'd have made our own money by using up the product. Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, mountain lion season in North Dakota, the second season using dogs closed up this past week. And yeah, it's closed up. And South Dakota is rocking and rolling down there. So their season opened up at the end of December. So pretty exciting. And there's a lot of coyote, or I should say mountain lions, getting taken down by a little place that I know in Leeds, South Dakota. So that would be fun to go down and do that too. But hey, appreciate the call, my friend. Thank you for calling in the second half of the program and BSing a little bit with me.
You bet. We'll talk to you later this week, and I'll try to get down there to the 21 Angus sale.
Sounds good. Have a good week. Everything and get the information out there as long as it's legal. This is the biggest one right there. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Eat some meat, drink some milk, support your farmers and ranchers. All right, stations, thank you. Appreciate that. Again, next week, look at a YouTube-only type of feed. Thank you. YouTube, thank you. And thanks for subscribing. Darren, Waylon, all you guys. Greg, if you're still listening down there in that Lemon Hettinger area, if you guys need any hands here before I get rocking and rolling in my calving season, let me know. I'd be more than happy to come over and help you guys out and try to help what I can. Have yourself a good weekend, everybody.